But when he pops out and starts leaking my DMs where I look good, where I can verifiably show you that he agreed with me that same night, his best two topics are drama, and whenever he talks about trans issues, he doesn't understand. He will attack you on something that is ideologically tied with his own personal values if he thinks he can get a shot at you.
And to be honest, mate, yeah, you have, you know, yeah, you probably given him too much grace over the years.
So, like, useless right now, but what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, now that this is all out there, I just need to say, because I think everyone kind of forgot about this. I think even he forgot about this. When fucking Queeman deadpan asked Bowblax, am I going to see you in a dress, mate? In that fucking conversation on your stream.
Okay, that's wonderful.
My jaw hit the fucking floor, bro. I'm nervous. I was like, what? Because I was like, so I confronted him after the fact, and I asked him, like, what did he know? And he didn't know anything. He just guessed.
Well, yeah, because I think after that call was when we spoke, and you laid out some of the details.
Yeah, so right? I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, dude, 3 people texted me, and they were like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, shit, dude.
I think that Queeman just thought, you know, mental breakdown, transgender, kind of put 2 and 2 together, maybe.
But then in the fact that this, well, he knew this came from, like, the non-binary tweet.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, because
I was still kind of, even after we were fighting, I was still kind of sweeping for Josh, because Josh wrote to one person saying, like, my sister's non-binary. So I'm like, yeah, mate, I think it's probably his sister. No reason to keep investigating that, because I didn't think this was going to come out or anything. I certainly didn't expect it to go down the way that it did. But yeah, that's just fucking brutal. But yeah, no, I just wanted to point that out, because, like, I literally had, like, a mini heart attack when he said that on the fucking call. Because, you know, like, Josh didn't just tell me, right? Like, he told, like, small shitters the same night. Like, random... Like, the people in the commentary community, like, the random chatters, showed, like, tremendous levels of restraint in this case.
Like, didn't he tell Mr. Beard as well, that guy?
He told Mr. Beard, yes. It's debatable on whether he told Slacker TV, but, like... I heard that some of the random chatters that would just randomly leak shit about Bowblax or hate Bowblax any day of the week were also made aware of this super nuclear, do not tell anybody type rumor. He was just kind of telling anybody who'd listen that night.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna, it's kind of crazy that he was going after tips for being pansexual without knocking about in the background. I mean, it's more or less the same thing, isn't it?
We pulled up a lot of those tweets. It's just, and it was like, one of them was a month after the meltdown. So, like, he was already out to his friends.
Do you think there's a level of self-hatred in Bowblax for himself being non-binary?
No, dude, did you read about the gender euphoria? That's a hard drug, better than even crack cocaine, dude. I think he's self-loving.
Gender euphoria?
You didn't see him?
No, I've not seen the whole lot of it.
Oh, no, I think he loves it, dude. He's really fucking... Dude, listen, bro. This guy... There is... Look, this is like an AGP type thing, dude. I don't know. This is some weird shit.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, he's just like, gender euphoria. It's like, oh, a drug. I know why people go crazy off of it. It's too good. That's no excuse for Chris Tyson, though. That's, I swear to God, the exact sentence that he said. Why would he invoke Chris Tyson and Keffels in that situation? Like, randomly. After he's like, it's like a hard drug, man. What? Because, like, did he think drug? And he went, we ought to give those to children.
Yeah, I mean, bro, what can you say? I mean, obviously he's going through something at the moment, isn't he? I just find it very funny that he had the tipster thing where he's going in with being pansexual. Also, he told people that it was his sister, which people are pointing out as another lie, right?
Well, I don't think it's a lie. I think it's very much, like, I think that's true. I think he was just deflecting away from himself. Like, I don't think he lied saying that his sister's non-binary.
Okay, so they're both non-binary.
I think they hit the genetic lottery.
Right. Okay. How do you feel about, kind of, because I've heard you done a stream and you've leaked like 40 pages of DMs or something.
Yeah, people were like, dude, Nick dropped the DMs in that Twitterverses video, and I like dropped 3 pages of like 37 in that initial Twitterverses meme. I was at that point, it just like after he went on Twitter and announced he was non-binary as like a weapon, like this is why, and then he like lied in the tweet, it turned into, okay, well, I have no strings on me anymore. There's nothing restraining me from releasing the whole lot of it. I think the only thing I didn't put out, because he mentioned on your stream, he talked about family trauma. So I mentioned that that's where the family trauma is, but I didn't start reading that. I just cut that part out because it really wasn't relevant to the overall conversation. It was like literally like, hey, dude, why are you calling Destiny a pedophile? And he's like, can I just tell you what's happening in my life right now? It's not a trauma dump, I promise. And then he just trauma dumped all about his family problems and shit. And then I'm like, okay, that's fantastic, dude. But what? I just wanted it all out at that point because, like, fuck it. It needs to just leave this out there, public consumption. They can make the judgment call on what they think this was. A lot of people doubted me for a while about it, saying like, well, was this really a friendship ending argument in any other circumstance? And I don't think anyone doubts that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, well, dude, the thing is like the problem. Okay, the problem is you might be able to get away with being trans, possibly. That's still touch and go. Non-binary is something that a lot of people think is a load of fucking nonsense. So that you're going to struggle with unless you're very much into the pro LGBT, lefty community.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of commentary people. And what happened? Jalen was a bit of a lolcal anyway, but I think the trans stuff didn't help, right?
Yeah, oh, that's the other thing when Bowblax said, dude, how did you not know? I had long hair. And I just cut back to like all the clips of me saying that Jalen's transition was just not washing her hair and growing it out. And I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because apparently he's been non-binary for 3 years. And he implied that his closest friends knew or whatever. Oh, got it. Cool. I didn't know Josh was that close with Mr. Beard.
No, well, that's the crazy thing. I thought they'd had like beef and stuff before, no? Or Mr. Beard doesn't like commentary people. I don't know.
Maybe they had beef. I don't know. We don't know which way Josh swings these days.
I mean, I've seen you catching some heat for being, kind of like a backstabber and stuff. I mean, do you not worry that it's a bit excessive, the amount you've leaked on this? No?
I think for me, it's been the opposite from what I've been seeing. It's you're a backstabber. Ooh, that looks really bad. But what about this? Okay, here's this. Ooh, that looks a little worse. Now that the whole context is out there, I've basically not been bothered by really anybody. There's like a vocal minority, but like when you read stuff like that, I don't think there's a single person in chat who would put up with something like that. One of the big criticisms I was getting prior to the final drop was, how the fuck did you fall for that BPD thing? Like, that's stupid.
Okay,
it's
that's
like, that's
wonderful.
dumb.
But
Why
how
would
do
you
I
fall
make
for that?
money
And I think it's even a bit more
Some-
understanding when I'm getting bombarded with gender euphoria is like the hardest drug, better than crack cocaine, all at the same time. Like, I'm getting like sensory overload right now. Josh is gonna fucking, he sends me a video of a guy with tits, and he tells me he's getting fucking, he's fucking gonna be, yeah, that's
fact,
in there too.
I think I've got that. I think Queenman has been a good source of pulling some stuff out of this.
Bro, this was a lot for me. I just didn't really know
Bowblax
what was
transition
happening.
update. Right? That's what we're dealing with here, yeah? Bowblax transition update. And then it's if you want an idea, this freak is who I identify with the most. We don't need a big trans combo.
That's not even like a trans thing. Like I didn't even say like a super fucked up thing right there. It's literally a guy with tits in the picture. Like I know that like that's what people say when they're being transphobic, but he's got a fucking beard, bro. That's a.
Yeah, that's wow. I mean, look, there's going to be plenty of jokes sent my way for this, I'm sure, but it is obviously a very odd look. And obviously, Blowbacks doesn't look like this at all, does he?
Dude, that was the first thought that came out of my mind. I was like, bro, this guy's been fucking trans for like 3 minutes, and he's already started chasing. Chud has so much competition moving into the sector.
Well, I'm a retired chaser, so it's okay. He can have his fill,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I it's funny. Obviously, it's very funny thing that's happened. Um,
But it all starts with the tweet. Like if we were sitting there and we're like, all right, I think the Josh stuff is done. And then
yeah,
someone went
that's
like,
true.
Nick, he made another tweet. And if it was just like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
you ran to your daddy, Mr. Medic, I'd have probably let that one. I would have let that slide. I wouldn't have done anything with that. But when he pops out and starts leaking my DMs where I look good, where I can
Mm.
verifiably show you that he agreed with me that same night, and he's like, Nick kind of like, I didn't want to talk about this soon. Well, I know that's a lie. He wanted to tell people since the first fucking day. Okay. Dude, that's the crazy part. He was going up to Connor. I said this in the stream. He was going up to Connor and he's like, how do I reveal my BPD diagnosis? Not even the trans stuff. How do I reveal my BPD diagnosis? And Connor's like, you shouldn't. He's like, well, should I do a stream? Like, should I announce my new condition? Because like this can retroactively affect my perception on a lot of people for all the stuff I've said in the past. You know, like he literally says this to Connor. It's a dude. If it was on recording, I'd have it. But it's infuriating that he said that shit. And he wanted to reveal all this stuff, and I just didn't really know how we could do that. Well, how he should do that, I guess. And then like with After Hours, he wanted to be on Augie's show, right?
Right.
But he
Yeah.
said we can't talk about LGBTQ issues with him anymore. How the fuck would that have worked? Let's say Josh went full girl with tit, a guy with tits, okay? Beard and guy with tits, and he's like the co-host of After Hours. How is Augie supposed to navigate that position? Like, how could the show go on?
Yeah.
Like, I was
It's
telling
yeah.
everybody Augie's probably coming back in July. Personally, he never said anything about it. But me personally, I think that this stopped him from coming back because he needed to figure out what would happen with Josh before he could. Because I don't think he wanted to come back and get immediately swirled in like a ton of drama.
Right.
Um,
Okay. So
yeah.
just to confirm, because people are saying in chat, it wasn't why he vanished, but your belief is that your personal belief is that this may have prevented him from wanting to come back. Is that right?
I personally think that's the case because he was very
Right.
gung ho about it, and then me, Tom, and Augie had an Illuminati call trying to figure out like what the fuck do we do now? You know, like what's gonna happen here? Like when Josh first went crazy. Nobody knew about this last year when Augie left, so
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course. It's a more recent kind of development.
only his close friends like Ryan Beard knew about the non-binary stuff. This was a surprise to everybody else.
So I guess that's the first thing is this stuff wouldn't have come out, but Bowblax talking himself about the non-binary thing and putting the tweet out, that was what made you think, well, if he's going to come forward and put out my DMs, I'll just leak more. Is that the
I
long and
thought
short
like
of
dude, Ultron took over my mind. I was like, dude, I had strings and now I'm free. There's no strings on me.
it? Okay. Right. Yeah, this is it
It's
here.
two dramas in a row where people just turned around and leaked their sexuality. It happened with Tipster. It happened with Josh. Like that's a crazy tweet. There it is.
Yeah, okay. This is the optic check I was screaming at Nick about. I didn't want to come out as non-binary yet, but I feel like I have to now because screaming at Nick about optics checks looks more unhinged without this context. Right, okay.
And that's so the issue with this tweet is one, everything I said in that tweet is good. Most people got that right away. Two, he later agreed with that stuff when he like calmed down that night, and it's in the DM. So I just had to show more screenshots to explain it. And three, this is the optics check. No, it's not. If you read the screenshots and engage with it, he was very much upset that I replied to his tweet on Twitter about Destiny and the Destiny situation. That is the optics check he was talking about. He is
Right, I
completely
see.
wrong here. I don't think I made a Twitter optics check. I might have. I could go back and look at my tweets. I don't think I made a Twitter optics check where I'm like, gee whiz, Josh, you should really delete that non-binary tweet. I think he reached out to me to vent, and I told him I disagreed with him.
Right, got you. Okay. Yeah, no, dude, this is, bro, I don't want to blow smoke up your ass, but dude, it is so frustrating that it's like, if Bobby had just shut up and read the tweets, that would have been the end of it, but he decided to put more stuff out. It's like he's got like a compulsion to just keep talking, right?
Yeah, he's got
So,
the gene.
yeah. Okay.
Nothing you
Um,
can do with that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the more interesting thing for me, personally, from what you said there, is this kind of dynamic, which I think maybe you'd alluded to before when we spoke privately, but this dynamic where it's like, so he's saying I'm non-binary, but he's kind of he's not only putting limits on what you can talk about on the show, but he's also like asking for your support then as well. He wants you to
Yep.
support him openly.
Yep. Yep. And it came out, well, I don't know if he said open, like support. He said, like, just don't say anything at all, I guess. More so than that. Like, leave me in my shit. Don't talk about this. This is a boundary I've set with you, is the terminology he used.
Yeah,
That it's like, I don't know how I could have that boundary if this is like your new thing. Like, I don't think I can not mention anything about LGBTQ issues around you ever again. I don't think that's reasonable, especially if I'm on a stream with you talking like where I'm not scripted content or something like that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and the thing is like, you know, maybe you're like me and you've become a bit more skeptical of some of this trans stuff, but probably broadly like progressive on trans issues. But Augie is quite skeptical about the whole thing, from what I understand. Is that about right? Is that fair?
yeah, 100%. That's it would be. That's why After Hours was my example, because
Yeah.
Augie's probably. I think there was one stream where he was fighting with somebody. He's like, "Yeah, I'm transphobic. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what I told you you'd do, or whatever."
I mean, that is just totally delusional. I mean, how on earth can you expect Augie, who's got quite a lot of strong takes on it, to just say nothing about it ever? You know, one day Bowblax turns up with a pair of tits and Augie's not allowed to say anything. It just
This
seems
is what
insane.
I literally think would have happened on one episode of After Hours, and he'd be like, "Augie, turn on my camera," and Augie would be like, "What?" It's like Josh with tits, dude. I think that would have happened in my head. All right, that was what I was expecting, and then she'd be like, "All right, guys, now nobody talk about this ever. Anyway, let's talk about Boogie."
Yeah, and dude, I could also imagine a world where people start to mock him for that, because that's obviously going to happen. People are going to take the piss, and he'll probably come to you and be wanting support and wanting you to come out and speak on his behalf and stuff. And you know, yeah, it's just too much to ask. Too much to ask of someone, I think.
Again, this is why I was just like, he's being medicated. They put him on mood stabilizers. He got this brand new diagnosis. Everything is going to be okay. And then
Right.
the minute it wasn't, I was just like, oh, uh-oh. Oh no. I miscalculated.
Okay. But you're saying though that Creeman is completely and totally vindicated in his assessment of this. Is that right?
He is very mean, but I would be very hypocritical if I said anything was wrong because of his inflection. Okay, I've been in those cases a lot. I think Queeman, I haven't seen everything he did, but yeah, he's been pretty on point. I
There we
think
go.
Alex recently just dropped messages where they apparently remember the terms that he said he would delete tweets for him, like the Alex Gekmo tard on Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Apparently, so I had leaked this, and I thought I leaked something big, and I felt kind of bad, and then I found out Alex already put it out. But the reason why he deleted tweets for Josh is because Josh got into a fight with Pokimane where he was completely wrong on Twitter, like completely and utterly wrong. And he reached out to Alex. He was like, "I just stopped my sister from blowing her brains out. Can you please delete
Oh
your
my
tweets?"
god, dude.
Dude, he just does this. He's just like, it's just like insert family trauma. It's like he did this with me. Like, hey, dude, can I tell you about my family trauma? Like, why? Okay, cool. I'm going through this non-binary thing right now. I'm going through this BPD thing right now. It's just a shield.
Yeah, no, sure. Well, thanks for filling me in, mate. I mean, I know that you've done a whole leak of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it. To be honest, mate, I'm a bit annoyed with you. Right? Why couldn't you wait until
Why?
like Wednesday, and then it would have been
I'm sorry.
perfect?
Excuse me, sir. Okay, your schedule has not been standard as of late.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, fair enough.
you're
No, no.
supposed to change your schedule around me and my leaks,
Oh,
Chud.
of course, you're like the you know, I'm a Nicholas DeOrio orbiter after all, aren't I? Let's be honest. Okay.
Dude, that's it,
Okay.
bro. You and me are the commentary community now, Chad. You weren't even here 2 years ago. We're the last two. We're the last two standing. The last two active
Here's
members.
the question: does there need to be a community, or can there just
No,
be individuals doing their own thing and
we're in
sometimes
the
connecting?
commentary community. We're neighbors with a Cheeto now. Okay, we're not. There's no subgenre. We're friends with like retards. All right, that's it. Topic
Dude,
commentary. Yeah. Hello, everybody. We're new around here. No more
the
community.
the funny thing is, as much as you know, the slop tubers get criticism for putting out slop, they're certainly consistent and they do it and they make money and that's it. They don't seem to care about much else, you know? So I think maybe
Somebody
they're
stole
winning.
Twitter Versus and started doing regular Twitter Versus episodes that are blowing up. Like someone mentioned, I was talking to Augie about this. He goes, Josh really was in charge of a niche for 6 years that nobody even tried to like jump into and steal from him. And like he just lost control of it. This is going to be making somebody a lot of money in the next 6 months, and it's already starting. That Trusted Texan guy put out a video, got 82K, and Josh's own Twitter Versus did like 10, if that.
I mean, he did a Twitter Versus on a really weird topic. Okay. Am I crazy? I've searched Bowblax and his channel's not coming up. Is that just my algorithm?
Yeah, no, he got obliterated. This kind of happens sometimes.
Oh no!
I think Josh has reported on this phenomena on others before, actually, which is kind of funny.
Oh no, he did it to Tipster, didn't he?
Yep, he did. Yeah, he did.
Oh no! I mean, it can happen to anyone, I guess. It's one of those things. But yeah,
you look up Twitter Versus. The first ones that come up are Twitter Versus Bowblax, Twitter Versus Bowblax from Copenhagen, Twitter Versus MKBHD, which is literally not Bowblax. That's a topic fucking jack by Trusted Texan. Okay, if you keep scrolling, you'll find one of his videos.
No, it's okay.
But,
I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I mean, I guess it's also a product of the fact he's not put out much content, right?
He dropped 2 videos in like 6 days. Oh, 2 videos in 5 days.
Oh,
and God. All the comment sections are like, I wonder why you won't talk about Chris Tyson.
Oh, dude, that's rough. And what Twitter versus Nintendo suing Power World?
Dude.
I mean, I'm all for speaking about what you want to, but this kind of channel, I think you've got to be talking about, like, there is algorithmically structured that you've just got to talk about the latest Twitter drama, right? That's how it works.
He thinks that his algorithm is Twitter. He doesn't realize his algorithm is drama. So he wanted to do like versus the Mario movie or something. Bro, Mr. Beast is right over there. That's all you got to do is just do Mr. Beast and collect $10,000 for Pass and Go. You'll make your mortgage payments in a week. Like it's over. I don't get it at all. He's in the comment sections of all those videos, like angry hearting all the comments that are like, why are people mad at Bowblax? He wanted to talk about Pal World. What's the problem with that?
I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I mean, again, it's another tipsterization. Bro, he is literally becoming tipster. I've denied it. I thought it's not going to happen. He's becoming tipster, dude. It's happening now. This is what Tipster did. The same thing. Buried his channel into the ground because he didn't want to talk about current drama, even though that's what makes him money.
The thing with Tipster, though, is he did actually run a gaming channel for years. Like, he used to be Tipster Gaming.
So you're saying he's worse than Tipster? You're saying he's worse than Tipster?
I think so.
Okay, right. Thank you. That's a good.
It's hard not to see the power level. Like, you ever watch the power level? Like the Who's Stronger videos between like 2 Dragon Ball? I doubt it, but this is like Tipster versus Bowblax is happening right in front of us. Everything Tipster tweets is a banger. Like, this guy just comes in and just drops knees, dude, and he just starts destroying Bowblax in like the middle of fucking. Like, in the middle of Central Park, this guy is just raping him, dude. It's insane.
Dude, this is actually quite useful because we're just going over the stuff I had lined up anyway. But here we go. So this is you tweeting out Bowblax, I'm going to go at Tipster for being pansexual. And then Tipster says, he's so much more manly than me that he had been begging for my attention for days, liking my tweets, emailing me trying to have a chat with me, and kneeling before me when I gave him honest advice. Get off your knees, Bobby. You're not my type. I'm not going to let you come crawling back and suck me off.
Is that not the most fucking Sigma shit you've ever read? This is insane. Even the people who are Tipster haters, like myself, but even the people who are more so Tipster haters, but like they don't want him to even get like a minute of limelight here, are like, damn, bro, that shit's good. Fuck. He just fucking hit again, dude. No way.
Well, I think... I mean, look, listen, you got me into this fucking Tipstorian and shit, okay? First of all. And secondly, yeah, I can't deny this is based. And I think the thing is, people are looking at it, and they're looking at it for the context of Bowblax has gone to town on this guy. He has gone ballistic on this guy, beyond what I think arguably anyone else has. He's done multiple hours-long streams bullying this guy, and now
Hmm.
Tips is getting a bit of his just desserts. You know, it's like the little sped kid in the playground knocking back the bully for a sec or something. I don't know. So I think that's the context.
I just think like this is the only place on the planet where you can see somebody like Tipster just turn around after months of like torture, where people are like, is he just gonna quit? He should just quit. How long could he do this? And just start dropping fucking haymakers. It's like watching a boxing thing where like this guy's getting his ass beaten the entire time, and then all of a sudden in the last round, Rocky Balboa punches him right in the face and knocks him out. Like, it's insane, bro. It's insane. You gotta root for an underdog like that, even if you hate him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that, yeah, he's obviously... Yeah, dude, everyone in the commentary community was placing bets on me coming out as trans by the end of the year. Meanwhile,
Well,
Bowblax was
we
out
hit
here
our
like...
quota, so I think you're safe. We hit our quota.
Also,
one meltdown, one transition per year on average.
also, Tipster unblocked me as well, which makes my life a bit easier.
You
Although,
unblocked Keem.
dude, what?
He unblocked, dude. I had random fucking fans in the thing being like, dude, Tipster unblocked me too.
Jesus Christ. Well,
dude, he's back, dude. Tipster's back in the house.
Bro, does that mean I've now got to be nice to him? Is that what you're saying?
I floated this
what are my
idea.
Orders?
It's
What
like,
are my orders,
well,
Nicholas?
If he comes back now, he's easy fodder for next year. If the Thanksgiving curse rears its ugly head, it won't hit any of us.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it depends on what he does and what angle he takes. But the politics stuff he does, unless he, you know, I've covered some of it, and it's a bit dry, to be honest. It's not particularly interesting. He's just like shilling Kamala Harris and stuff like that. So
it's not easy to watch his content and criticize him. He's like, remember Ralph?
Wait, whoa,
us...
whoa, hang on a sec.
What?
What happened to Ultimate Tipster Review that you did? You came up with a whole fucking intro for Ultimate Tipster Review, and
yeah,
now you're there
we
going,
never sat there and like watched his streams for 3 hours.
Right,
that was Josh's thing.
Okay,
like I can't like I look for clips I already have or directions I already know I can go with the content. Tipster pointed it out. I had a membership on his channel for 15 consecutive months because that was the only way to watch his VODs, to try to find something funny. Josh would go live on a Saturday afternoon and just watch Tipster and scream about fucking Cheetos for like the next 3 hours while there's nothing happening on the screen at all whatsoever. That's like a level of dedication I did not have to the Tipstorian content. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's very easy to just like watch any given Tipster stream on any given day after his content transition and find stuff to talk about, because it feels like he's intentionally making it more boring. It's like when Ethan Ralph accused us of having Xylee read the Teach Party group chat DMs to bore people to death, so they stopped investigating the situation.
Well, I mean, I watched, I think it was a bit of a slow day, and I watched Tipster's coverage of Dr. Disrespect, and you know, overall his takes were pretty reasonable. I mean, it's not the...
But that's drama. That's infinitely more valuable for you and me to watch.
No, sure. But what was funny about it, I mean, it feels like a kind of moot point with all this Bowblax stuff coming out now, but it felt like he framed it as politics in order to justify talking about it as politics rather than drama. And he even said as much in a clip that I saw. So, you know, I think he's trying to find a way to do this. I just say, why don't you just talk about drama? Just fucking embrace it, dude. Obviously he wants to. Just talk about drama and come what may. Like, obviously people are going to mock you if you get it wrong, but who fucking cares?
Yeah. His best two topics are drama, and whenever he talks about trans issues, he doesn't understand. Like, there are mundane trans issue streams, but whenever he goes full hog in like a conversation that you can tell this guy has literally learned about it at 3 o'clock in the morning from somebody on Discord, and he's just regurgitating whatever they said to his chat, those are some funny fucking streams. That there is, I think you found one. You just clicked on one day, and I think it was the same one I'd seen where he started talking about fucking, what was it? Oh fuck! What was the one that you like completely shit on him for, and you brought it up like the oh god. Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was the...
I can't, dude. Trans stuff.
It was just some random trans shit. And he started talking about like kids transitioning.
I can't remember exactly, but I get the gist.
People find this as controversial, but I personally don't think so at all, or something like that. What he was talking about. It was yeah. He like was it a legal thing? Fuck.
Okay, well, don't worry about it too much. Yeah. Okay, I mean, the thing is here is also like the other problem I've got here, I guess, in some way, or not a problem, but it's like Tibbs is being like super consistent. He came out as pansexual and got mocked for it, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
Bowblax has come out as non-binary, and he's saying like he's being consistent. He's the one now going, well, I'm not going to mock you for that. You know, with my views, your identity's valid. Obviously, fundamentally, I think that's a bit cringe and gay. But he is being consistent with like his own perspective on the issue, you know. So you got to kind of give some credit for that, I think, even if I
Yeah,
think it's a
that's
bit
the
gay.
funny thing is he was like so mad that we didn't think his fucking his gender like support was valid or whatever, while he's sitting there publicly bashing the shit out of Tipster for being pansexual for like a month and a half. Like that again, this is his thing though. Josh literally will go back and reframe positions on you if he gets mad at you. Things that he had already defended, things that he 100% agrees with. He will attack you on something that is ideologically tied with his own personal values if he thinks he can get a shot at you. And he does this all the time. I
Yeah,
caught him
no,
when I
sure.
was when he started bullying up. He pulled up Michael Alberto talking points to attack me with, talking points that if you checked his Twitter, he supported me with at the time, and made a similar joke at the expense of Alberto in my replies. But because he was mad at me now, his brain went fog mode or whatever, and he started firing those exact same shots at
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's the same with Keemstar. We're all expected to hate Keemstar for things he did for the last 3 years because he called Bowblax a retarded on Discord. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're on. Damn it.
That's okay. Just to be clear, Twitch, I
Yeah.
disavow that word. Terrible word.
Me
And I
too. It's
completely.
horrible. Yes,
It just
terrible.
yeah. You just quote. You're just quoting. You're just quoting. Okay,
Sorry. Yeah, I was quoting.
that's
There
fine.
was a quote.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. No, sure, yeah, yeah. I know. I see where you come up. That is very obnoxious. I think if you've defended someone on a point, I think to then go back later and change that defense and attack someone with it, it just shows a lack of integrity. And I think unless
But
you
I don't
make it
even think he
clear that
knows
you're
he's
thinking it,
doing it. Do
right?
you think
Okay.
is he like you can't tell if he's retarded or malicious on any given day, and I still don't really know. All of his text messages seem manipulative, but that's for you to judge. I don't know.
No, sure. I mean, dude, it's difficult because I'm too nice to be honest with you. And there's times where I look at him and I just think, God, he's just like a little autistic wretch. Doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Doesn't know how to deal with this stuff. Doesn't know how to handle it. But the thing is, regardless of what the perspective is on that, the outcome can still be the same on you, right? You feel manipulated whether or not it's intentional or accidental from
Yeah.
autism or something. And that's why, yeah, you can't be friends with someone like that. It's too much of a liability. And to
Well,
be
he
honest,
obviously
mate,
thinks he's very intelligent too.
yeah, you have, yeah, you probably give him too much grace over the years. I know it's
Yeah.
hindsight Andy and stuff, right? I'm not trying to do the hindsight anything, but like looking back at that conversation and go back to the copyright thing quickly, it's like you were so correct about that, and you got so much shit. Do you feel that your response to this, like I've heard people say that you're kind of getting your just desserts for what happened back then? Is that true?
Um. Sure. I guess. I don't know. It's again. It's a really difficult. It's like walking a tightrope. You have to manage the. You have to manage like either side, or you're gonna fall. If you're too much of a friend to Bowblax, then everyone cries about it. If you're not friendly enough to Bowblax, you don't give him enough. That's what I was experiencing at the time. Nobody cared about the argument itself. They heard two friends fighting on stream, and I got the brunt end of it. If you sat there and actually like took a look at what I was saying, you would have agreed with me back then. Some people definitely did. The hate I was getting is because they didn't want to hear the autistic kid cry on stream with his close friend. And that's something that you kind of have to deal with internet friends. There's a certain level of like, you're not the guy to go after that guy because you're friendly with him. Like, I didn't get shit for John that much with the John Swan stuff. I did what I had to do. I got in the call. I got the confession. I gave it to Willie, and Willie covered it. I didn't run 15 streams on John. I did very much the opposite of what I did with Josh. And you'll have people say, like, you defended John for far too long. It's like, yeah, my mistake. Shouldn't have done that. But if I did attack him, I would have been met with some of the similar criticism I'm getting now. It's just like, you just wanted to torture your friend. You like collecting scalps and putting them on your fucking fireplace of all the people you take out or whatever. You have a sick, twisted obsession with killing your friends and stuff. I don't know. You can't win this stuff, ever. I think the clip just got posted to Commentary Aids, and a whole new generation of people who weren't there for the Boo Boss stream, because this has to be synonymous with fucking Mario, Super Mario, his breakdown, not the stream where Bowblax cried, Dash Queeman. They put that up. A lot of people are watching it for the first time, and they're coming away with the correct take, which is nice. But I don't know. There's not really much I can do. I can't sit there and beg them to agree with me at the time.
Another thing I feel like is, has there been like a shift in viewership? Because I look at some of the responses and people are like, "Well, now you made him cry. Well done." And I'm thinking like, I feel like viewers now are made of like tougher stuff. They wouldn't accept that, and in fact, they'd probably call that out for like alting. You know, them alting me.
No, it's just retroactive. I think that a lot of people gave Bowblax a pass, and that's not that extends past the commentary channels. They treated him with kid gloves in a lot of situations where he would have been hit a lot harder. And I think once the toothpaste kind of comes out of the tube, you can't put it back in. So now he's being judged retroactively as if he's just like a capable adult for the first time in his life. And now people are treating him differently. Again, you'll find situations in this where, like, yeah, we would probably hit a bunch of people a lot harder if they acted like this. But you're kind of blind to the fact that this is your friend. You talk to this guy every day. It's not easy to just completely torch somebody like that. Or even you don't necessarily want to hear that this person that you make content with all the time is like a colossal fuck up either, because that's like a huge pain in the ass. You do the best you can with stuff like that. It's not always in your control.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. So is the Bowblax stuff definitely done now? Is that it? Is it over? Finally.
At this point, I don't think there's a single thing you could say that would push this. I mean, it's not like there's not more to talk about. It's just that like he's done. You know, he can cry about it now. He can try to. He can't take me out of context because the context has been provided. So there's not really much incentive for me to keep pushing.
Right. So your perspective is just, let people
My
make their own
side's
mind
out
up.
there.
Yeah. Okay. No, cool. Okay,
'Cause
mate.
it's a little give a little, take a little. I don't know, and then it's like, you know what? It's all out there. They're all out there. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for hopping on and giving me a little bit of content on this cold Friday afternoon, morning. Appreciate it.
No problem. I need a coffee. I'm like about to pass out. Jesus. All right. Have a good one, buddy.
Catch you there. Bye bye.